being a champion in craft of jet ski racing, and then going through all that, how is it that you keep such a positive mindset?
If you're not mentally strong, you can get messed up.
Okay, so and I know you recently just moved
Yeah, I
from
bought a
Clearwater
house in St. Pete.
to St. Pete.
Yeah.
Yes. How do you like it?
I'll tell you something about St. Pete. St. Pete makes me feel like...
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talkin St. Pete. I am your host, Ryan Bogdan. Before I get into today's guest, I want to remind you that this episode is sponsored by Bogdan Homes, which is my company, and how we afford to keep producing these awesome episodes of the podcast. So if you know anyone who's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the greater Tampa Bay area, specifically St. Petersburg, let us know. And now for today's guest, which, boy, am I fired up about this because it's one of my passions. For those that don't know, I grew up jet skiing at the age of 10, doing freestyle things, all the fun stuff. We built jet skis in the back garage. And today I have an opportunity to talk to my good friend, Mouad Salhi. Did I say it right?
Yes,
He goes by Mo, okay? He goes by Mo.
Easy.
It's easier that way.
Yeah.
Yes, he's from Morocco, and he is a world champion jet ski racer. And, dude, what an honor and privilege to sit down with you here today.
It's an honor for me to be here with you, and thanks for having me, and proud of you to be here. Like, I'm so proud of you to do whatever you're doing right now. And I know you were trying to do it for a long time, and I'm so proud of you. Thanks for having me here, and let's get the show going, man.
Dude,
Let's
thank you. Not only is Mo the badass jet ski racer, but he comes from Morocco and has a very crazy story of how he got here. So I want to dive into all that. But for those who can't picture it and they just think, oh, I've been on a jet ski once. Right? I rented a jet ski once.
Yeah.
I rode the couch, as I like to say, the big three-seater.
I can go ride jet ski. I'm like, go rent one. They go for 40 miles to maybe top 50 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Ride it for like 20 minutes, nonstop, full gas. And call me back and tell me how you feel like it. We go between 70 to 86 miles per hour.
Moving.
For like 30 minutes to 35 minutes, nonstop. In the morning, and you have to do another one in the afternoon. Sometimes you have to do 3 races in one day.
So paint us the picture. For those who haven't seen a jet ski race before, we have some buoys in the water. You guys start off from where do you start? Like, walk us start from finish.
So start from finish. So people to understand a little bit, there is 2 types of racing. There is close course racing, which is there's a lot of zigzags, and there's a starting line. You stand. You've seen it. Like you stand on a starting line. There is holders holding your ski, and then you start and all that, and then you go launch to the whole shot. Those close course race. And there is the endurance race, which is like a NASCAR type of thing, which is you race for like 30 minutes plus 1 lap. It's like a big course, and there is sometimes 50 other racers racing at once, and they all go into like one buoy. When they launch the start, like 50 riders going straight to one buoy. They have to meet at one buoy. So if you're not the man, you won't pass that buoy. There's no way you can pass that buoy if you don't have the strength, the mentality, and the experience to do it.
And which you definitely have the strength. So I'll tell you, Mo and I met because of Sweat St. Pete, which if you haven't watched the episode with Jody Stabile, go watch that. Episode 3, phenomenal. Awesome. We owe our friendship to the gym, which we were in there this morning going pretty hard.
Yeah, it was good. My arm hurts.
Every day, 6 a.m., Mo and I getting after it, which accounts for your endurance. I'm sure part of that, you're doing that because of your racing.
As you see, sometimes at the gym, I push myself even if I'm hurt. And as you know, recently I broke my leg, and I still show up at the gym limping with my leg.
I know. I'm like, Mo, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Just to keep my body in shape. Like, have a broken leg, and I'm doing squat, and Ryan out there saying, hey, what are you doing, man? Take it easy. Sometimes I almost fell down because my knee gave up on me. But it's like, it's in here, man. It's in the blood.
Yeah. Well, you're thinking about racing and on the water and all that, which you did have that injury. And I saw the video. Dude, that was gnarly.
Yeah.
That was gnarly. So walk us through what happened. How'd you break your leg? Jet ski racing.
So I've got injured more than once. I've been in coma before. In 2005, I was racing in Spain, European Championship. And I was going probably like second. And I was about to pass the first guy. And he closed in front of me. Like, I was trying to pass him between the buoy and himself. And he saw me, and he just made a sharp turn. So I didn't want to hit him. And I jumped off the ski. So it was close to the shore. It was not deep enough. So I kind of stood, and people came right from behind and hit me right in the head. That's all I remember. I woke up in the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, woke up in the hospital.
And you're wearing helmets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is with a helmet.
Yeah.
The shock is
Yeah.
crazy. Like those guys were coming like on a stand up. They were going like 60 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I woke up in the hospital. I'm like, what's going on? Like butt naked. So
You're like, I
naked.
was in a
I
wetsuit.
was
Yeah.
like, what happened? They said you got hit by a jet ski. And the first thing I remember told the doctor, when is the next race? I have to go back. Like, get me out of here. He's like, no, you can't. We have to like a CAT scan, whatever, on your brain.
Yeah.
But the last one that you saw, so I was leading the race. I was first, almost the half of the race. And the second guy was trying to pass me. So it was close to the shore, and you see how wakes breaks at the shore. And if you come close to the wake, it may flip your ski. So you have to come out and then face the wake so you can break through.
Gotta take it head on.
Yeah, so I did that, and he came from the inside. He did not look at that, and he came from the inside, not slowing down, straight at my leg. Boom. If I saw him, I would have jumped, or I would have like avoid him.
But he was in your blind spot.
Yeah. I didn't know where he came from. I usually don't let people hit me. I've never hit someone. I'm very clean on my races. People know that. I've never like been on someone's way. I'm always doing like a clean passes. But I had no idea where he came from. And he was his first race. So he was a young kid. I think was 17 or 18 years old. That was his first race doing the P1 Aqua X, which is the endurance races. Yeah.
And just smacked it.
Smacked it. And I was taking like wakes were like coming through. It was like, you guys will see the video. I'll send them to you.
Yeah, we'll send it. We'll put it in here. Yeah,
it was hard. It was tough. I was screaming. Like my breath was like I lost my breath for a second. I didn't know what to do. Swallowing water. Then the rescue jumped on me right to the ER.
Wow. Let's pull up that video in the edit here.
Yeah.
Okay, now you guys saw it. You see how crazy that is, dude. That was gnarly. I saw
I feel it when I see the video. I feel it like I just got hit again. It is hard. It was bad because that guy was coming probably 65 or 70 miles per hour, literally full throttle. Boom, right. The first thing he hits is my leg.
Right. Oh, you took that blunt force of that.
Right in my leg.
Yeah. Oh man, not good. Well, I'm glad you're healthy and back, and you're back in the gym. You're doing doing all the fun things.
Yeah.
And the racing is phenomenal. But let's back up a little bit and talk about how we got there. Right. So you're originally from Morocco.
Yes. Usually
when was the first time you saw a jet ski? Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Usually when people ask me, "Where are you from?" I don't tell them where I'm from. We're like, "I'm from the first country that recognized the U.S." And they'd be like, "Oh, what is it?" I'm like, "Look it up, Google it." Someone right now, you guys Google it. Google like the first country that recognized the U.S. in 1963 or 73, which is Morocco.
What do you mean by recognize the U.S.?
So the U.S. certain time they needed like more countries to recognize them to become a country or something like that, and Morocco was like part of it to. So the U.S. can it's more there is more detail about it on Google.
Okay.
So literally you type
Google it. Yeah, we'll Google it.
Just type the first country that recognized the U.S.
and it comes up Morocco
right away.
Okay,
but yeah, I was in Morocco. That's where I was born. My dad used to work on these big ships. They take sand from close to the dock and they take them inside and dump them in there, and they use some of them for constructions.
Dredging.
Yes. So I used to go with him once in a while, and I see people riding jet ski. I always love motorsports. Anything has to do with motorsports, cars, motocross, you name it. Anything has to do with motocross racing or car racing, F1 racing. I'm like just watching TV. So, and also love the water. My grandpa used to build boats. My dad works in boats. So we live close to the water. I'm always on the water. I was like, oh, jet ski, you can race that? Also be on the water? And I told
that's a
win-win. Hey, yeah, I was like, Dad, I wanna try that. I wanna try it. So there was like a little association. You pay monthly. You go once a week. You train with them, and then after like 2 to 3 months,
But how old were you?
I was literally 12 years old.
Okay. Did you have to get a license?
No. Literally nothing. Yeah.
So in the U.S., you have to get your boater's license at the age of 12.
Yeah.
And I took that test at 11. I was waiting at 11:59 on my 11th birthday. Until when I was 11, when I turned 12, and then we went out that day.
Right away.
Yes,
yeah. Same thing with my driver license.
Yeah.
Back home when you're 16, you have approval from your dad.
Yeah.
The next day, I went to the DMV and got my license. Yeah. Driver license. It's just you just want to get it done. So there was a little association. I pay like $50 or something like that a month, just to help the association. I train once a week. After like 2 to 3 months, the president of that association was like, hey, you're doing really good. We want you to start racing with the association. That's what it started. In 2000,
At 12.
yeah, 2002. By the end of 2002, so beginning of 2003, I start racing in Morocco, and also the first race I raced finished first. And the same year, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna take the old guys." There were guys that used to race before me, like a year, 2 years before me. They used to take them to Europe and race, but they never win. They always like last or like before the last one, like bad positions.
Got it.
So they were like, "Hey, we're gonna take you to Europe. You're gonna start racing. You're gonna go have some experience in Europe. Not even racing. You go with the guys. You watch them, so you can have experience." So they took me with them. The first race was in Portugal. Beautiful.
Nice.
Country, beautiful. It was on a river. I think I mentioned that to you. It's like two walls and water, and the wakes hit the walls and comes back at you. It's like double of the wake.
It's like a washing machine effect.
Yeah, it's literally like holes in there. So they took those guys to race. I was just there to have some experience and watch. And for some reason, there was an extra jet ski. The president he was like, "You should take that ski, go have some fun." And that ski was not prepared to racing. As people, I'm not sure if people know, now you know, if you want to race jet skis, you have to grab that ski from the manufacturer and do some modification to it to make it good to race.
Make it fast.
Make it fast. Legally fast.
Right.
Some people not legal. But anyway. So they were like, "Oh, there is a jet ski. Take it, go ride and see what's going to happen." And there was qualification. I end up third.
On a stock ski.
Stock ski.
Oh, wow.
Third. I was literally 13 years old. Everybody was like, "What? Like, we just brought you here to like just have some experience." I'm like, I don't even know who I'm riding with. I did what I have to do. I'll just see the whole shot, went to the whole shot, and I'm third. And they took the good skier from the guy that they were like counting on him to win. They give me that ski and they give him my ski. Moto 1, I finished first. Moto 2, I finished third.
Wow.
Yeah.
First race.
First race ever in Europe. And those guys back in Europe, like people from the UK, from France, Spain, like all over Europe, they come and race there. Really good rider. Very talented people. And the modification on their skis, like top notch. And people were like, "What is this? Who's this guy? Who's this kid? What is Morocco? What is Morocco? Is that a country?"
Where is that on the map?
Yeah, they were like, "What is Morocco? What the flag looks like? What language do you guys speak?" So it's like people start recognizing a country because of me. So that was it. That's how it started from there. From Portugal, went to Belgium, ended up second place. Went to Italy, second place. So it was overall, I was the second European championship.
Nice.
It was like the first Moroccan.
You're making history.
Yeah. It was huge back home. It's like, oh my God, Morocco did it.
Yeah. You're putting Morocco on the map.
Yeah, I always do. I always do. That's what I'm from. You know, I always show people what I'm from, and I'm proud of what I'm from. You know?
Okay, so that's how you got into racing.
Yes.
And but the more interesting story for me right now is hearing the details of how you got to St. Pete, Florida, which I know backtracks all the way. Like some things were happening. There was lack of opportunity, right? You were winning your races, but you had nothing to show for it. Yeah. And you and your dad had a conversation, and you decided to leave the country. But was there some controversy around you leaving, and why?
I'll try to keep it as clean as I can.
Yes.
Because we don't want to touch any sensitive subject. I used to race for the country, so I represent the whole country. But behind the scene, I don't get any benefits from that other than being famous. Like back in the day, I was the all-star of Morocco. Like I was the guy that goes out, autographs, taking pictures in the airport. I don't go with people. I go in the back door to go to the plane, like stuff like that. I was like the all-star back home. And back then there was no social media. It's all on the TV.
Right.
Take a little sip.
Yeah, go for it. You got to wet the whistle. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah. And for those who don't know, we're under these lights in this room, and to give you the best sound quality, we don't turn the air on, so it gets a little hot in here.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. Like, I don't know if you guys see my ears are like
looking a little shiny. Yeah.
So yeah, behind the scene, I don't get any benefits. Like all the sponsors dumping money, the government dumping money. And Morocco has a king. They don't have a president. And also the king's favorite sport is jet ski.
Oh, shoot.
So he was funding the sport like crazy.
But you're not getting paid.
I don't even get $1 from that. All the money goes to them. And it got to the point that my dad was like, what is your future at? Like, what are you going to do? Like, I know everybody knows you. People call me looking for a job, an opportunity. Please help me, give me money. I'm like, I came from a good family. Like, we're not like poor or rich. Like, we're stable.
Middle class.
Yeah, we're good. Like, we have our own house. We have a good living. And people thinks like you're making millions of dollars because you're
plastered everywhere.
Yeah, because I go on TV like 3 or 4 times a week. And on multiple platforms, like not only one channel, like a couple of channels and some international channels as well, interviewing and all that stuff. And people were like, oh, this guy is like probably making a lot of money, but there was no money coming to my pocket. All the money is going to their pocket. So by 2008, I remember, I came home. I was at my grandma's house with my mom, just visiting, and came back home. My dad's literally sitting in the living room in a deep thought. Walked in, he was like, hey, come here for a second, I want to talk to you. Like, what happened? It was a Sunday. I remember these days like yesterday. It was a Sunday. He told me, what do you want to do with your life? Like, you want to, like, we're just going to sit, race, and do all this stuff without any, like, what is your future at? I told him, what do you want me to do? He goes, you pack your backpack and you leave the country. I was like, okay, when? Now.
Just like that.
Now, yeah.
That night.
And just so you guys know, I'm the only child. I have no brother, no sisters. It was that night. He was like, and I told him, where would I go? Like, what should I do? Like, where? He goes, you call your uncle. He's in France. We're going to call him right now. And you have to leave, like, right now. Like,
so what was the reasoning? So
so
how old are you at this? At 20?
I was 2000, and I was probably like 20, like 19 years old or 18. Like, I was in the top level, like, back then. Like,
right.
18,
But you're still
19.
very young.
Yeah,
very young.
I was in my top level of racing. Like, nobody can beat me back then. And I start cheering. I'm not going to lie. I start crying. I was like, would I go? Like, I don't even know my uncle. I'm not, like, too close. Like, we're going to call him. You go there tonight.
And so he's kind of forcing you.
Forcing me. And also he wanted to do it that night because if the president know that I'm leaving, he can stop me at the border because he works with the king. That makes sense. One phone call, he can close all the borders on me. So I literally took a train from my city to another city and then took a ferry to Spain. All at night. All happened at night. Monday morning, Mo is not in Morocco. Everybody's calling. Even the news are calling. Everybody's calling. Mo disappeared. They've been trying to call my dad. He's not answering the phone. He said, I won't answer until you call me from Spain. Make sure you made it. Then I'll pick up the phone. So the president, I think, he called some responsibles on the border. He's like, hey, yeah, Mo crossed the border in Spain. He's in Spain right now.
Oh, my gosh.
That's where my journey
started. So
you're
meeting with your uncle in Spain?
No, he was in France.
Oh, he's in France. Right.
Took the shortest
route. You just you just had to get out of there.
They didn't want to risk, first of all, they don't want to risk the airplane. And also, you can't book a last-second airplane.
Yeah.
To go to France or to Spain. Because he said, you leaving this night, like tonight. It was literally like 10-minute conversation. All happened. I literally took my backpack with lingerie, like underwear, shirt, and a t-shirt.
That's it.
That's it. He said, I'll ship you all your clothes.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is heavy. That's a lot.
Yeah. There is a lot to it. Like, this has probably needed like a 1 week
conversation.
Podcast.
Right.
You know? So, yeah, went to Spain. Then I took another train. It was like a overnight train to France. And then I went to France, stayed with my uncle. Horrible experience with my uncle. Slept on the street. He, like, literally, I don't care. He literally treated me bad.
Yeah.
I was like his maid. I cooked for him, cleaned the house, literally for nothing. I end up getting a job with some of my people know that I'm in France, that I used to race against and I used to race with. Like,
so you have
French
some connections there. You have some
they just contacted me like, hey, what are you doing in France?
Yeah.
And I just told them what happened. Immediately, like, hey, come work with me. So I used to build pools.
Oh,
we used to dig pools and like build pools. So I used to make like 50 euro a day, I remember. And I worked like 6 hours. Just to make a living.
Because you're making
I'm always digging. I don't sit around and whine. I
literally,
just dig.
Pun intended, always dig in the pool,
So, I started working with this guy, and for some reason, I don't know, he got busy with work and stuff like that, and I can't work illegal with him. He was just trying to help me out.
Right.
And he didn't want to risk his...
he's paying you under the table.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it just started in France, then went to Belgium. That's another story in Belgium, man.
What happened in Belgium? Where were you at in Belgium?
I was in Brussels.
I know Brussels.
In Brussels, someone's trying to like a girl from the family. She was pregnant and she was trying to blame it on me. She was trying to find a way.
Oh man, so you got all these. You got all these things.
If I keep going with my story, your head's gonna hurt.
Yeah. There's so many layers to the cake.
Yeah, it was. They were like, oh, don't stay in France. Come to Belgium. We'll help you out with this and that. But it was all a setup.
So you're about. And what's the time frame? So you went from Morocco to Spain to France. So how much time has passed when you went?
Spain, I stayed for like 4 months.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, 4 or 5 months, and then this. I don't consider family, but they're my family. They were trying to find a way to blame me with the baby. So like, hey, you come over, we'll take care of you, stay with me, and then you can marry my daughter, and she can get you all set up. Like you get your situation right in Europe, because you need to have like your it's like a green card type of thing. Because I was on visa.
Right.
She'll marry you, and then if you guys get along, you stay together. If not, you can get divorced and you get your papers.
But this is your way into the country.
But it was a setup for them to like, they're trying to set me up so they can blame the baby on me.
Dude, this isn't a TV show.
It is. I'm telling you, man. Yeah. And I didn't know that until I left Belgium to the US. That was the reason I left to the US.
Okay, so how do you get how do you get from Belgium to US? Because there's an interesting story from when you get to New York.
Yeah. Dude, New York, man. So yeah, I booked a flight to New York, and those people told me that there is someone in Pennsylvania,
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Lancaster, like,
you know, I grew up. Now I don't live. I obviously live here. I grew up 45 minutes from Lancaster.
Yeah,
that's for those who don't know. It's Amish country. And if just look, if you don't even know, if you've never seen, I mean, talking horse and buggy everywhere, some good homemade like shoe fly pie. Yeah. You know, you got the people, all the roofers are making homemade furniture everywhere. They're on a different system out there.
It's a different world.
Different world. You know,
it's not in the. It's like that old cowboy.
No, it is. They're stuck in the old time. Some of them don't use electric. There's a whole thing. And my sister will be laughing at this because she went to Millersville University, which
I lived in Millersville.
Okay, so she went to school there for just a little bit in Lancaster, and she took a class about the Amish. So she's got us all educated on what the difference is between Amish and Mennonite and all
in the middle of the Amish.
So you're in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania.
Yes. The reason why I went to the U, that was the reason, like I said, I went to the US because of those people. So finally the guy who made her pregnant, he was like, hey, let's get back together, let's work things out. I'm like, oh, finally. We don't need Mo anymore. I was like living with them. I also got another job.
This is still in Brussels. This is still in Belgium.
In Belgium, yeah. Yep. So I found a job delivering those flyers to the apartments. I remember. Do you remember those backpack with like one strap, whatever you call it? So I put a sideway full of papers, flyers.
Got it.
Flyers were so heavy.
Yeah,
rainy and cold, and just walked in the apartment throwing flyers. I used to make €5 an hour. I come home with like $40, $50, and I go right to the store, buy grocery for them and bring it home. I don't even eat that grocery, literally. Yeah. I used to live in the attic, and the attic has no heat. And Europe, it's really cold.
Really cold.
Really cold. It was a glass window. Yeah. Literally, so I'm sitting in a freezer. Like I see the snow on top of the glass.
Right.
I'm literally sitting in the freezer. I remember like my kidney got hurt from that. Literally, just from that cold.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah.
So you things are not pretty.
Not pretty at all. So they're like, oh, the guy showed up, so we don't need Mo anymore. They come up with a lie. There is a guy in Pennsylvania owns so many restaurants, and you go there, he's gonna take care of you.
And you've never been to the U.S. at this point?
I was in the U.S. a year before.
Okay.
In Havasu, racing the World Championship.
Got it.
And just think, mentally, if you're not mentally strong, you can get messed up going through all these phases. You're like a famous person, always on TV, end up in Pennsylvania, a dishwasher. Telling you, cleaning bathrooms, cutting potatoes, peeling potatoes, sitting in a dishwasher. I'm a man, I'm a man. I'm proud of it. It's part of my story. Yeah. I'm not ashamed of it. It's a job, no matter what. But like I said, mentally.
Oh yeah, because you rode the roller coaster of the highs to the lows.
Mentally going back home with my fingers swollen because of that product they use to
Right.
clean
They
the
clean.
dishes,
Yeah.
and how hot that machine is when you touch the plate. I literally like grab plates with a towel because how
Yeah.
hot they are.
Yeah.
With the time, I start grabbing.
Right.
with
Right.
no problem.
So you're going through it.
So yeah, so they were like, there is a guy there. You go there, you live with him, and you'll be managing the restaurant, whatever. It was all a lie. He didn't show up at the airport. I called him. He never answered. I stayed in the airport for like 24 hours
waiting
until he
with no contacts.
no contact. And I don't want to talk about what happened in the airport. That's another probably needs another episode. It was traumatizing at the airport. I lost my vision at the airport because my blood sugar went like my sugar went dropped like crazy.
Because you had no food.
I had no food. I got there at night. I had euro. All the exchange bureaus are closed, and the immigration kept me there for like hours, saying, "Hey, what are you doing here? Well, you come here for like an interview." And it got to the point I got mad and I pulled a certificate from the mayor of Arizona. I was like, "Hey, I have a certificate. I'm a professional Jetski racer. I'm just here for fun," which is I was not.
Right.
But that's what I told them. Like, "Oh, we're so sorry. We didn't know. Thank you." And I showed them a picture of me and the mayor of Arizona, like, like all like dressed up and stuff like that. I was a kid, like no beard, like shaved,
clean.
So yeah. And finally, the guy answered the phone. He was like, "Hey, where you at?" I'm like, "I'm in New York." "Where you at?" He goes, "I'm in Pennsylvania. Find a way to come to this address." So I had like 2 big luggages going up in like Manhattan, like dragging 2 luggages, asking people how can I go to Pennsylvania? Like, I don't know anybody. Like, excuse me, how do I get to Pennsylvania? And I went to like a smoke shop. Like a tobacco store or whatever in Manhattan. And there was this Indian guy, I remember, he was like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I'm trying to go to this address. Help me." And
I'm going to be honest. I'll be sketched.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
And you remember that was like not too far from like 9/11. Like everybody's scared. Like when they see someone dragging 2 luggages, and you look like, suspicious with a backpack, and people like suspicious because he told me like, "Please, if you're gonna make a phone call, take your luggage outside and then make a phone call." Literally, yeah. And trying to make a phone call, the phone didn't work. Came back to his shop. He was like, "Why, it didn't work?" I was like, "Yeah." And I was trying to take my luggage. He goes, "No, you just leave them. You seem like a nice guy. You can leave your luggage." And he grabbed one of his guys, helped me go to like a tram station, another like bus, whatever, to make it to Pennsylvania. Got there. The guy picked me up. Went to his diner. I ate. And then he goes, "Okay, so you go with this guy. You sleep with him." Not sleep with him. Sounds bad. You go stay with. That sounds bad. You go stay with him at his house. I used to sleep on those couch that has like a bed.
Yeah.
And the mattress was this.
Oh, you feel all the springs.
The springs were all broken.
Yeah.
And like I sleep with like a shape on the couch just to avoid the spring of the couch.
Right. Yeah. Not comfortable.
Not comfortable. Like I'm like zigzag. Like that's how my body looks like. If you look from like above me, you see like Mo's like a zigzag on top of that bed. Anyway. So yeah, he was like, "Go tomorrow, you come back and we'll talk about work." And I remember I had like a nice dress shirt, nice dress pants and shoes, thinking I've been managing the restaurant. Went there the next day. There was a guy waiting for me at the dishwasher. He threw an apron on my face, like, "Hey, put this on and come sit next to me. Stand right here. I'll show you how to do all the work. How to take the trash out. How to bring all the vegetables to the chef."
You got
how
humbled
to do
real
all
quick.
This. I was like, "Okay, sure." I start cleaning the dishes and all that. And shout out to the chef. His name is Khalid. And I don't know if he will end up watching this or not. I haven't talked to him since 2009. The chef, he was like, "Hey, you look like a good man. You look like a good kid, good-looking kid. You should not be doing that." I'm like, you have to hear my story, how I end up here. So he took me to his house, and we start having a conversation. He goes, "I'm going to teach you how to cook. And then all the restaurant will be calling you." He was like a really good chef, like very known.
Yeah.
So what I do, I go in the morning at 6 a.m., go to him, I learn how to cook until like 12 p.m. and then go home, trying to get some rest, and go back at 2 p.m. to do my actual job. So I stayed until like 12 a.m. Yeah.
Wow.
I did that for 3 days, and then I become a cook.
Yeah.
Start cooking.
That's it.
And
Yeah,
that's
3
how
days
it
of training on the, and
it
then
was
it's
so
it.
quick. I picked
Yeah,
it up.
you're
like,
in
so
there.
quick.
So now you're a chef at a restaurant in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was a chef. for
Okay,
a
how
while.
long were you there for?
Probably like 3 years.
Okay, hanging in Lancaster.
Yeah, Lancaster.
Oh
yeah,
man, so
yeah.
so how do you get down to the Sunshine State of Florida?
Yeah. Family.
Family,
Again,
you had
which
some.
is I learned my lesson after that. It was family. It was like, hey, I need you to come down here. We run some businesses. We start running some business in the mall. We used to sell the product. You know, those people that beg you in the mall, like,
yeah,
excuse me, sir, let me show you.
yeah,
Let me do this. Let me see your hair. Try
Yeah.
this product.
Yeah.
I used to own some of those shops.
got it.
And we used to own probably like 2 to 3 booths in each mall. It was like Florida Mall and the Premium Outlet
Got
in
it.
Orlando.
Got it.
And we used to make really good money. And things went bad. Things went like down. Anyway. But yeah, that's how I end up in Florida.
Okay, so now you're here. When did you get here?
2013.
Okay, so you've been here for a little bit.
Yeah.
In St. Pete the whole time, or other parts of
I
Florida?
was in Orlando, moved to Largo,
Mm-hmm.
then to Tampa, Clearwater, Newport Richie, Clearwater, and St. Pete.
Okay, so I know you recently just moved
Yeah, I
from
bought a house
Clearwater
in
to
St. Pete.
to St. Pete.
Yeah.
Yes. How do you like it?
I'll tell you something about St. Pete. St. Pete makes me feel like I'm home, where I'm from, back home. My city. It's
Tell me why.
Literally, I'll tell you why. It's very clean, close to the water. And if you look at St. Pete, it's like an island in like inside the water.
Yeah.
It's all around.
Yeah,
like
the peninsula.
There's water
Yeah.
everywhere. So that's where I'm from. Like I'm close to the water, and also I can go to the city and I can go to the water like 10 minutes. It's like the same thing. Also, like I feel like I know everybody in a short of a period, especially when I start going to like the gym,
Yeah,
Sweat, St.
yeah.
Pete. I see a lot of people from Sweat. It feels like a little town.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
anytime you walk, you go for a walk by the pier or anywhere you go, you meet like at least 10 people. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? It feels so good.
It's so
It
special.
feels so special, yeah. I always wanted to live in St. Pete because I used to go to the Canopy,
Mm-hmm.
hang out there a lot.
Yeah.
In a while, like back when I used to live in Orlando. I
Okay.
used to drive all the way to the Canopy.
Wow.
Yes, just to hang out at the Canopy.
That says a lot about the Canopy.
Yes.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. St. Pete is very special, and it is this warm, welcoming thing, that people
Yeah.
aren't from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else about St. Pete do you like? When you're not at the gym and now you work on jet skis, right? You're in tech. What's going on with that?
I work with this company. It's like the largest company in the world. Manufacture jet ski engines and parts and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I'm the tech
Got
of the
it.
company.
How-
So
that-
anything technical, I'm in charge of it. We also help customers over the phone if they have any issues with their ski. They call us. We help them. It's like a mechanic over the
Yeah.
phone. It's free. I mean, there is no charge for that.
Right.
It's literally free.
Yeah.
And also we do like a lot of inside work. We test part before we put them on the website.
That's
stuff
cool.
like that.
It's cool that you got to be, you're now working in the
Yeah,
industry, right?
correct.
You're surrounded by jet skiing
Correct. It's part all over me.
all the time.
It's like,
all
yeah,
the time.
yeah.
Sorry. And where's that? Is that in Clearwater?
Clearwater,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But now you live closer to all that fun things that St. Pete have to offer.
Like I said, other than the gym, sometimes I just go for a walk
Yeah.
at the pier.
It's beautiful.
I don't get tired of it. Like I can go to the pier and back, and I want to go back again just to walk. There is literally the water makes me happy. It's a therapy.
It really is. There's
It's a
something
therapy.
magnetic
I don't
about
know
it.
what is it.
And there's
It's
always dolphins out
nature.
there.
I see dolphin more than people. And at work they call me the dolphin whisperer.
The dolphin
If
whisperer.
for some reason, anytime I go out on the water on a jet ski, there is dolphin comes to me all the time. Like you can ask my guys at work, tell them, Mo, they'll be like, he's the dolphin whisperer. Anytime I go on the jet ski, there is dolphin coming out. I don't know what is it about me.
So I noticed through your life you've faced a lot of adversity, and like a lot of people that come to St. Pete, they all come from different things, have different backgrounds. But being a champion in your craft of jet ski racing, and then going through all that, how is it that you keep such a positive mindset? Have you always been that way since you were a child? Was it something that you learned through the adversity that you faced?
It's a good question. If you're an athlete, it helps you. It helps your mindset a lot. If you're disciplined, like you're following a routine, like a good routine, like staying away from anything negative. Negative, I mean like negative people, negative energy, anything that makes your life negative. So I grow up into that. So, and also what I've been through. When I see what I've been through, and I'm so thankful for like where I am right now, and I'm always like digging for more. And I also see like other people, like how they live, like you just cross other countries, like what people live, like what they have, they don't have, and you see that you are like one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And I'm like so thankful. Um, Positive energy, it's always been there. I'm always close to God. I'm always smiling. I'm always trying to make people happy. Sometimes I'm having like a bad day, but when I see you, I'm trying to make sure you're happy. That's just like my mindset.
Yeah.
I've always been like that.
Feeding off others.
I'm always been like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have like a really bad day, like something bad happened. You come to me, like I meet you, something like that. I'll make sure you're good. I'll make sure I put a smile on your face before I leave.
Right.
That was always my mindset, and that helped me a lot in my life.
And did you learn that from your parents? Was that something that was taught to you?
My mom.
Yeah.
My mom. I've never seen my mom upset. Never seen my mom upset.
That's amazing.
Never seen her upset. Never. Nothing. Never mad or screamed or upset or like. She's just always quiet, smiling, and she just take it the easy route.
Have they been here? Or are they still in Morocco?
They're literally in my house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So it came around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
My mom and dad with me. Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Only child, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm good with my parents. I take good care of my parents.
Did you tell them the story? Do they know all the shit you went through to get here?
They know most of it.
Yeah.
I'm still like kind of, I don't know, my dad will watch this. I'm still like a little mad about my dad because he made me leave the country. And I feel like any bad thing happened to me in the US or something, I kind of like trying to blame it on him because you're the reason that you sent me. But it's like a 20%. But in the meantime, like I'm glad that I made it.
Yeah, look, it all worked out.
Oh,
Here you
sitting
are.
with Ryan and these beautiful guys here.
Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah.
So Pops, even he might be a little salty about it, but
Yeah,
here he is. We got through it. We got through it. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Before we wrap up, I ask every guest because I don't know about you. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah,
we got.
It's all right.
Yeah. Where do you like to go eat in St. Pete? Do you have some favorites?
Okay. As you know, I've been a chef.
Yeah.
I cook a lot.
Yeah, so you got good. So you cook at home a lot.
Yeah, I cook at home a lot. I don't eat much outside.
Yeah.
When I go outside, I don't go to names. I just walk by and see the vibe, and I just walk in.
You do a vibe check and then see how the food is.
Yeah, that's what usually I do. I don't like have a spot that I always go to,
Yeah.
which is I should.
Yeah.
Like now living in St. Pete, I should like
There's
have
so
a spot
many.
that that's the thing. There is so many good places. Anywhere you go, you go to, you're not disappointed.
Yeah.
You walk in, people are nice, food is good, everything's great, the atmosphere is good, people are so nice to you, and you leave, and then the next day you find another place like, you guys making it hard on me. And I'm always staying down like close to where the canopy is. I don't go to like the other street, like, where all the club and stuff like that.
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go further down Central.
Yeah, I don't like loud places.
Oh yeah, no.
Disturbing for me.
If you go further down Central, it's a little less loud.
Yeah, that's what I go.
Yeah.
I don't go out there.
Yeah, fair enough. So if you're big in, do you cook like Moroccan food at home?
I cook everything. I cook Italian food.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like good with pasta, with like you name it. With fish, with chicken. There is some that you can make with ground beef, and I make like American food. Like I'm good with steak. I love steak.
Oh, steak. So okay.
Like
Is there any
T-bone, ribeye steaks?
So you're Americanized, man. You're not. You're not the.
I eat steaks in breakfast, man.
Yeah, you gotta get that protein in for the gym. Come on.
So proud of that, man.
Yeah. Don't let Mo. I will say Mo. He surprises me in the gym all the time because he's like only a little bit bigger than me. He be putting up some weight.
Yes, that's what people say.
Yeah, dude, you're strong.
Any gym I go to, people look at me like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I just ignore
it.
Because I know,
watch this.
I know where they're looking at because I get judged a lot by my body. And you've seen it. You probably judge me too, but like, what are you doing?
No,
and I
but
end up beating people that are like bigger and stronger.
Don't let this guy fool you. That endurance jet skiing, man, got this guy in shape.
Because I grew up working out. Since I was a kid, I did like all martial arts. I've done tennis. I've done swimming. I used to compete in swimming. So my body has always been beat up.
You're just an athlete.
Yeah. But we had like a program back in Morocco. We used to have like our own coach, our own massage guy, our own like person that cook our food. Like we're like strict. Like we don't eat. We don't go out. we don't even have to see we can't even see our girlfriends back then.
Oh,
You have time when you can see her.
Right.
Like we were on a time.
You were
like,
scheduled.
We were scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't see her a week before your race.
That's how my
It
life is now.
No,
Everything's scheduled.
I'm more flexible. Yeah. I've been asking him. I
Hey.
told him this morning, hey, I watched your podcast. He goes, oh, that's cool. And then he texted me later. He goes, oh, it's you today.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy. But I understand.
No,
man.
dude, it's crazy, and
Yeah.
we're very fortunate to have a
Yeah.
great team in place. Shout out to Dominique for taking care of all of our
Yeah,
scheduling on this
yeah.
because I don't until it shows up. I
Yeah. And
yeah, Dominique didn't take care of the scheduling, man. So
And-
it's tough.
and as I mentioned to you earlier, like I said, there is something I've never ever shared.
Yes, please share this story.
Nobody knows.
Yes, I'm
about
glad.
it.
Oh, and we got to talk about your.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody talked. I've never talked about it. The only people that knows this is my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Only.
This is wild. Please.
And you guys know. So back in 1987, September 15, 1987, that's when I was born.
The-
The day when I was born. So when I was born, I was dead, literally. They grabbed me, no crying, no screaming, no breathing. I was literally dead. And they didn't tell my mom anything. They just pulled me out and they took me to a different room and they started like, I don't know, whatever back then they had to like bring someone to life.
Yeah. What's
So-
that called when you? No. Wow. It begins with an R, and I'm slipping my like resuscitate. Thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
resuscitate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So God knows what they did. I was a child. I was dead.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Came
so, yeah,
out.
though it took them, my mom said it took them between like 10 to 15 minutes. And there was a lady, she just passed away like last year. She's the one who saved my life. She's like our family.
Wow.
She's the one who saved my life. Because the doctor, he gave up. He goes, I'm sorry, we can't. And she stayed there with me until like she brought me back to life. She was like doing like little push on my chest.
There's something
little
so
oxygen.
powerful about
She
that.
did something, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I woke up, screaming and crying, then they brought me to my mom. And then they told her what happened.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and they told me when I was a kid, but I was like, yeah, whatever.
Dude,
But
what a
the
play.
more-
Good job. Way to stay. Way to fight, bro.
the
Way to
more
fight.
the more I grow up, it hits me harder and harder.
Right.
Like you're born twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just never talked about.
Well,
it.
thanks for sharing here on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I know you've been working on something. Tell us
Yes.
about what is it? Bring it up here.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
this is I know how the struggle is real for some people when they go ride jet skis.
And how's that look on there? So we got this. There we go. Yeah.
So a lot of people like when they go ride the jet skis, they have an issue where to store like their food, drinks, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And
You,
see
if you're out there on them long rides.
Yeah, and you see a lot of people put those like cooler racks on the back.
Yep.
With like a cooler, it costs like altogether like $1,000,
Yeah.
and that's not good for the ski because it keeps bouncing the
Right.
ski when you ride, and it's not safe. It's unbalanced the ski.
Yep.
So I came up with this cooler. It's fully designed here in St. Pete,
Mhm.
which is great.
Love
It
that.
literally slides behind your back seat.
Yeah.
You click the seat, and it sits right there. And then
Because
you
it's got these. Is this how you strap it in?
this goes under the seat.
Oh, okay. I
you
see.
lift the seat.
Got
you
it.
slide this. You clap the seat.
And now it's hanging on there.
and it sits right there.
So you added this strap on the bottom.
Yeah, and then I add these straps on the side. You know,
yeah,
when
so you can buckle it down. Yeah,
and
and it's
that's
not a big heavy
It-
thing.
it's not heavy at
So
all.
where can people find this? Is this a prototype? How
Yeah,
do we
no,
get this going?
This is the prototype. They can find at shopghostler.com. People be
Okay.
like, what is Ghostler
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So the reason I name it Ghostler, it's ghost and a cooler.
Ah,
So people see a cooler sit on the back of a jet ski, but
Right.
what's holding it?
oh,
It's
right.
like a ghost cooler, like
Yeah,
sitting
'cause
right
it
there.
straps underneath.
Everything straps at the bottom.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what's holding it?
That's
And
cool,
that's
dude.
How
That's cool. That's
come
cool.
up with it. I've been testing it a lot here in St. Pete.
Yeah, it's got some
Yeah.
nice zippers on
I
it.
just
I
made
like
my
it.
first
Yeah.
sale yesterday. It was
Yeah?
my first sale, yeah.
Heck yeah, maybe
we
we can get some
launched
more
it.
after this.
Yeah, so
those that got the skis.
yeah, any
Yeah.
sit down, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Any sit down jet ski.
Right.
It has a seat, you have a
Boom.
cooler
We're
for it.
ready to rock
Yeah,
and roll.
you
For
don't
those
have-
even, I know some people that are part of the boat clubs here that have the jet ski rentals, and this could be something you add
Correct.
to that.
And now we're testing it on pedal board because it
Oh.
will slide also on the pedal board.
Oh, you got multi-purpose here.
Yeah, we're not.
Multi-purpose.
we haven't
the
fully
ghost.
confirmed.
The ghost cooler.
the ghost in St. Pete.
Yeah.
We have to get you on the ski, right?
Yes, I'm coming out.
I'm gonna take Ryan on a jet ski.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that
Dude,
goes.
that's gonna go great. We'll
We
get some video
Keep
of
you
that.
guys updated
Yeah.
about that,
Dude,
right?
I know how to ride.
I know you do.
Yes, I'm
But you got-
probably gonna shock you.
You'll be riding a 1500 cc.
Yeah, bring it, bro.
4-stroke.
Bring it.
That goes from 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds.
It's stand up.
Yeah.
It's Kawasaki?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
come on.
telling
Dude,
you.
that thing is so wide, you can't even tip that thing over. Come
Just
on.
remember this.
Yeah, come on.
Remember this.
Come
We'll
on.
take pictures of
You don't know who you're talking
I'll put
to.
like 5 GoPros all over the skis.
Yeah, we'll do it. And we'll
Nah.
probably have enough time before this comes out. We'll throw
Yeah.
some of that footage in there.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm hot. We got to wrap this thing up.
No
let's
worries,
let's
man.
do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We'll put the links in the bottom for
Yeah.
this. If someone wants to follow you on Instagram, where can they find you?
It's my first and last name, which is Mouad Salhi. As long as you type my first
Yeah, we'll
name
put it in
and
there.
S, it will pop
Yeah,
anywhere on Google, on social media, anywhere you type my first last name, it will pop.
Boom, you're a
Mouad
guy, and you're
Salhi
always
official.
posting cool jet ski
Yeah.
videos and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, I have
Your
to.
content's good, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's hard when you have a busy schedule. It's hard to keep
Dude,
posting. and
hey,
you know.
we get it.
Yeah,
We get it.
you
Well,
know.
luckily, we got the team here in
Yeah.
place to help us keep this going.
If I was walking by you, would you think I'm a jet ski racer?
Hell no.
Like I'm working like
no,
with a
no,
nice...
yeah, you got look at
Would
this.
you think I'm a jet ski racer?
No.
A lot of people say that.
Right.
When
Well,
I'm like, I'm a jet ski
because
racer.
if there's a stereotype, it's
Yeah.
like monster hat, you
Yeah.
know, like flat brim,
Yeah.
Vans, and
Yeah.
like I don't
Yeah,
know,
baggy pants, or like those Vulcan shorts.
Vulcan,
remember?
yeah, I mean, there's a vibe with the
Yeah.
motorsports,
Well,
right?
we-
Yeah, but Mo shows up, you
Shut
know,
up with,
dressed to
like, a
impress.
dress
Right. Yeah. Put this guy in a suit and put him on the ski.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for everyone. If you made it this far, watch. Please subscribe, like, share, follow Mo. Check out his cooler. Do all the cool things. And we love you. We appreciate you. And we're so excited for the next one. And don't forget, if you know anyone who's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, I'm your guy. And have yourself a great time. We'll talk again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Yes. Thank
Great.
Thank you, bro. That was fun.
It was fun.
That was fun.
Thank you.
I got sweat in my belly button.